Hey guys, it's Dr. Rob here from True Health Wellness Centers. Today is the first day back to school for many of your kiddos, and one of the questions that we get from moms is, what kind of backpack should I get for my kid? What's the proper way for them to hold it? What do I do? So we want to answer those questions. This is really important because there's studies that have shown that wearing a backpack too long makes it a lot harder for the body to be able to correct and get into the proper spinal position. And so we're going to talk about that today and why that's the case. And what studies also show is that if you have too much weight in a backpack, it can also cause problems to the curvatures of the spine or the normal curvatures of the spine. And we're going to demonstrate that today as well. And today we've got Dr. Hannah, who is ready for her first day of school. We're going to have her demonstrate and give you guys some tips on what it is that you guys should do to be able to make sure that your kids are safe as they go back to school. And the first thing is this, is just like when we look at a backpack, it has two straps on it, right? And the reason it's got two straps is because we should use both of those straps. So Dr. Hannah is demonstrating what it should look like when we have both straps. And when you look at the straps too, you want to make sure that the straps have padding inside here as well, so it's not cutting into the skin, but there's two straps and it should be worn like that. So that's the proper way to wear it. Let's go ahead and demonstrate the improper way to wear a backpack. And so a lot of kids will do this, and you'll see them, and you may have been this person as well, is just carrying your backpack on one shoulder. We want to demonstrate why that's not the optimal position for a backpack. So yeah, so if you've got it on one shoulder, it's going to cause your proper to be completely out of alignment. And typically what ends up happening is you can see that this shoulder is dropping down, so it's obviously too heavy on this side. But then what will also happen is the head will go the opposite direction to try to compensate for that, and that's also not good for the spine, especially with the development of the kids, because this right now is their developmental period, and we want to make sure that everything is growing exactly the way it's supposed to. So let's go ahead and go back to proper position. Another thing, while she's doing that, one of the tips is you want to make sure that the straps are adjustable, and that's important because if they're not adjustable, a lot of times what can happen is the backpack will be way too loose. And when the backpack is too loose, as they're walking down the street, what will happen is the backpack will start slamming into the back. And we don't want it to slam into the back because now you can cause problems as far as the spinal position goes as well. So again, proper position, she's got it on both shoulders, and if we, it's too loose. So can you guys see how there's a space inside there? That right there is telling you that it's going to be too loose, and what that's doing, just like you can see with her, is she's going to start moving too far back, and then not good because the body automatically, to try to balance itself out, will go, well, it's too heavy this way, so it's going to go like this, and the next thing you know, they're doing that. Again, not a good, healthy position for them. So let's go ahead and put the straps correct again. So show them the right way, and while she's doing that, just to iterate, when we look at the spine from the side, what we should see is that the ear should be right over the shoulders right over the hips right over the knees, and the knees over the ankles. And as long as the backpack is in its proper position, then you're going to be holding that position. So once we get that, and while she's doing that as well, one of the things to also note is that the backpack and the contents inside the backpack should not be more than 5 to 10% of the body weight of your child. So if your child is 100 pounds, the backpack should not have more than 5 to 10 pounds in it, because the research shows that any more than that is what starts causing damage to the spine. So this right here, again, proper position. Look at it from the side. So when we look at her from the side, we can see that her ear is over her shoulders over her hips over her knees. So that right there is the proper position, and that's what you want to make sure that you're seeing. The other thing that we want to make note of is that when we look at the backpack from the side is we don't want the backpack to be lower than 4 inches of the waistline. So when it's lower than 4 inches of the waistline, what we'll see is that that'll cause the backpack, like she was showing earlier, to go too far back, and to compensate for that, she ends up going forward like this, and that's what ends up with your kid. So if you see your kid and they're having to go too far forward, let's go ahead and demonstrate that. Yeah, if they look like that, then we know that there's too much weight in the backpack, and if they're making a frown like that too, not good. So there it is right there. So that right there is proper position with the backpack. You want to make sure that, number one, you're using both straps, and using both straps properly, just like she is right there. You always want to make sure that there's padding in the straps as well. You want to make sure that you have adjustable straps also. You want to make sure that the backpack's not going below 4 inches of the waist. And then you want to make sure that there's not too much weight in that backpack. So bigger on the backpacks is not always better. So no more than 5 to 10 pounds of your kid's body weight, and you should be good to go. So there you have it, our tips for making sure that you're having proper backpack use as you guys go back to school. Some of you guys today, others of you guys next week, but either way, we always want to make sure that you guys are as healthy as possible with True Health Wellness Centers. So thank you, Dr. Hannah. And if you've got kids and you haven't already been here to see Dr. Hannah to be able to get a checkup, definitely she's your doctor to be able to do that as well. So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you soon.